Do you want to read this first one? We need to read it out loud.
Sure. Okay, so this is a post by, someone on Reddit, throwaway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They are a 29-year-old woman, and their husband has a portrait of his ex
in a
house he owns. So not even the house they stay in, I think. The house they own.
Yeah,
Wait, so let's see. We've been together for 4 years, married for 1, and I'm currently pregnant with our first child.
Oh, no.
2 years into our relationship, my husband took me to his family's native country so I could meet his extended family. During the visit, we stayed in a house he owned instead of with his family because he wanted privacy. The house had a lot of artwork, but there was only one. Or the house had a lot of artwork, but there was only one of a person. I remember asking who it was, and he shrugged it off because and said he had no idea because he didn't decorate the house. He even offered to get in touch with the person who had purchased it to ask them about it. Didn't seem like a big deal, so she forgot about it. Let me see. I'll just read it. My husband's cousin and his wife have been staying with us temporarily. A few days ago, the house got bought up because his cousin was trying to persuade my husband to gift it to him since he hasn't used it since the first trip, and his cousin already stays there more than him. The cousin's wife jokingly said that they wouldn't even charge him to move all of the furniture and keep the painting of Lily. My husband gave her a look which made it obvious that he wanted her to shut up. She did, and they quickly changed the subject.
Okay.
When I asked him about it later, he claimed she was talking about this other painting. It was by an artist named Lily. I had a gut feeling he was lying, so I asked the cousin's wife the day after, and she told me all about the ex they all thought he would marry and how in love they had been. She told me how my husband had gotten the painting as a gift for Lily because she loved that type of thing. Also, from what she had said, my husband and Lily are still in similar social circles and that she was a family friend.
Good Lord.
I asked my husband for 5 years about it, and all he really said was that his cousin's wife was exaggerating and their relationship was never that serious, that he forgot it was even there. I tried to ask him for more info, but he refused to talk about it. I really don't get it, though. If it wasn't that serious, why didn't he keep the painting? I don't know if the pregnancy hormones are making me irrational, but I feel upset and insecure over the stupid painting now. I did try to ask his cousin's wife about it again, and she dodged the question, so I feel like he told her not to tell me anything else. How do you get someone to talk about something they obviously don't want to? I'm contemplating asking either his friend or his other cousin who is closer to, but I don't know if that's escalating things too far.
Wow. All right.
Good post, Lou. Good post.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you how do you want to tackle these? I guess is a good question. Like, okay, so
Get a diagnosis?
give it a diagnosis.
Do you think there's a problem here?
I do, but I think that there's a few different things. Okay, so my first question would be like, when was the last time he was at this house?
Oh, because it's like it's not their main house.
It's in a different country.
Right.
So
right.
If this painting's just been hung up in the house
for like 5 years.
Exactly, and you just come back and he like forgot that it was there, and now it's like, fuck, what do I do about this?
Right.
I think that's a little different than him like constantly knowing that painting's in that house, and like if he's ever spent, want to know if he'd ever spent time in that house away from her since they'd been together.
Right. Because then he would for sure, it'd be weird.
He would have looked at it.
And he would know. And I think that the weird thing, too, is like, why didn't he? I mean, there's a million reasons why he didn't tell her right when she asked, like, who is that? Maybe he was like, oh shit, that's the ex, and if I say it, she'll be like jealous, or so I'm just gonna avoid it. Or it could be the malicious, like, that's the girl I'm still actually in love with, so let's try to avoid that. We don't really know his intention.
I would say, let's go ahead and make some assumptions.
Ooh, yeah. That's what doctors are known for.
That's what doctors are known for, is assuming things. Because otherwise we're not going to get anything done.
Yeah. You want to assume he's an asshole?
I think we can play with both of the ideas. So assuming this is malicious, then like there's a lot of really weird things going on. Let's assume he's been to this house multiple times, like since they've been together.
It is weird that he lied twice, I guess, because he lied the first time, and then again he was like, "That's an artist named Lily."
Because okay. So
keep lying.
Here's the first thing I try to think about is like what I would do in that situation.
What you would do personally?
And the only time I can imagine that happening is like when I would be going back to something and forgetting that that's there and then seeing it.
Right.
But lying is definitely a bad call.
Yeah, even if you have good intentions, lying's a bad
Exactly. Like, the lying is really the issue.
Yeah.
Like, I would have just tried to be like, I'll explain later. Or
it's a long story. It's something.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, it's just like, this is not a good time before it, or something.
Brings us back to any sort of communication at all is better than no communication.
I have a feeling that's going to be the answer to a lot of these.
Yeah.
And, like, just talk to them.
God, that's the thing about people. It's like, it's so often like, just fucking say what you're saying to us to them.
Right.
Just say that.
Right.
Like, that's what you need to do. This is one thing that I'm like, I feel very blessed with in my own relationship, is that we are so fucking functional when it comes to having arguments. Like, and I've never had an argument, like, or had us been mad at each other for longer than, like, maybe 20 minutes. Like, other than, some like then I think one notable exception. I've always just been like, we'll just communicate this and then it'll be over.
Yeah.
And that's worked for me every single goddamn time.
Yeah.
And so I try to pass that. I would pass that on once again, like, because he's not communicating with you, that's an issue.
Yeah. But I guess you're also, in a way, not communicating with him.
No, you're posting on Reddit about it.
But you have tried. We'll give you credit. You've tried twice and he's lied to you twice. So that's kind of hard to keep trying to communicate. But it seems like maybe you could say, like, hey, I know I keep asking you about this. I'm pregnant, so, like, you know, I'm kind of worried about a few things right now.
That's
so
the
if you
other
could just
thing.
reassure me a little.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, you know, I feel like that would be, any rational person, if they heard that, would be like, I'm so sorry.
So,
right?
I agree with you. To play, I'm not the devil's advocate necessarily, but, like, at the same time, she could be thinking, like, I have a baby with this guy, like, I can't really afford to fuck it up now. Like I would imagine that there's a sunken cost in here. Like, as much as the sunken cost fallacy is a fallacy, I wouldn't think a baby is a sunken cost. In my opinion. To a degree.
I mean, I see what you're saying, and I don't know that, like, we don't know the relationship, we don't know, like, the extent, is this relationship ending, or is this, like, the only problem that they've had?
Yeah. I think she would that's one thing, is it seems like this is really out of the blue.
It seems like kind of a one-off, because he doesn't have a history of this, it seems.
Yeah, my ending advice is, like, just communicate what you're saying here. And try, and, like, if he lies again,
him. Put a fucking chip in his clothing so when he goes to fuck that bitch, you know exactly where he is.
Yeah.
That could be a bad.
Like, essentially, I would attempt to communicate it as clearly as possible. And then if you get lied to or ducked again, then you know it's actually a fucking issue.
Yeah.
Do we see the comment from TK?
What do you say?
TK first said, couldn't he just be protecting himself from an awkward explanation? Maybe he actually likes the painting and the memory it brings.
That's a thing I thought too, is, like, he might just genuinely, like, not want to forget that, but I think that's something that, because of their relationship, he should express something to his wife like that. Like,
I agree.
Simply because, like, if what the cousin's wife is saying is true and, like, they have, like, a serious relationship, like,
it's not.
Don't you know Jess, like, who, like, you probably have talked about some of Jess's past relationships, right?
Yeah, Jess was married before me, actually.
So there you go. Yeah. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
So, because she's a little older than you, right?
Yeah, she's a little older.
Yeah. So yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you generally, as far as in my relationship, like, we talk about past relationships.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't know. It's a little. I guess it's. To me, it seems like weird that this has never come up before. So the excuse that it's just a good memory kind of isn't enough for me.
A little bit, I think. Like, I sort of, to bring back TK said, he's trying to avoid an awkward situation.
Right. It's only made it worse.
Yeah, so I've had so I used to do this all the time, is why I know this. Avoiding, I would hold back information to avoid awkward situations.
And what made it worse?
Yeah, well, because lying by omission is still lying. And, like, I've had multiple women say that to me, and it's always upsetting, because I know it's fucking true. Yeah, like,
come on, Joe!
I've absolutely withheld information and relationships in order to maintain the peace, and it will fuck you over. Yeah. That's one thing,
and you probably do that because of, you know, personal reasons and
fear, anxiety, like, it's completely
even because
normal.
of, like, totally it's normal. Yeah, everyone's done that. I mean, I think I've done that. I think the difference is if you do that, recognizing it.
That's what I like try to do. Once again, I hate bragging about how good my relationship is, but
I mean, I feel like it's okay to brag about that.
Yeah, like that's another, like I will literally tell Jess. Jess will ask me a question. I'll be like, I've done this before. Or I've been like, I just had the urge to lie to you. Yeah. Like I would normally lie in this situation, and I'm not going to you, and I'm going to explain to you why I had that urge.
Yeah.
And like what we're discussing, what that means to me.
Yeah.
I really do try to be as healthy with that as possible, and I think that that's really good, but only if the other person is prepared to hear the things that you're about to say.
You have to be on the same. Yeah.
Like you can't just tell a random person like, I was about to lie to you. Like
that, oh no. They're like, oh okay, you're crazy.
But like in past relationships, I would definitely not tell them certain things in order to make my life easier. And that's not a way to do anything.
No.
Sorry, TK. I don't mean to like shit on your advice because I think it comes from a place of reason. Yeah, and I think that's worthwhile. But
TK also said, the only fair thing is for her to get a painting of her ex. Then she shows up with a painting of the entire '98 Dallas Cowboys defensive line.
That would be so fucking funny.
Just a memory.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is I sort of think that type of thing is healthy. Like I really do, because like if it's not healthy, but it has the potential to be extremely healthy. I guess is what I would say.
Which part?
Like messing with doing that and being like.
I mean, that's also assuming
that person.
This is a really sad thing, but I'm assuming your relationship has a lot of humor in it.
Yes, and a lot don't.
Me and Luana's also has a lot of humor. A lot of relationships don't have humor.
It's so interesting.
I don't know how they work, but we've seen them.
What those people are doing, yeah.
I don't know how you what are you talking about? But I think we can't. That would be great in your relationship, maybe.
But it's not for a lot of people.
But yeah, that would be that could totally be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, if this was like a really macho dude or like somebody who he could be like,
what the fuck?
Anyway.
Thanks, Lou, for doing my bad joke justice.
I stuttered a little bit.
You nailed it, Luana.
All right, let's go to the next post. Right. I think they know everything they need to know.
Yeah, do you have any final notes? I think I gave a final note.
No.
Okay, cool.
Dump that bitch. Or that piece of shit.
We should
dump him.
I wish we had a dump him.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a love him or lose him button.
Oh, next year.
Yeah, there we go.